Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. This is a Ready to Love season 4 episode 8 review, you guys, and we got some stuff to get in. Now I know I told y'all I was coming back with some bundles, but I don't know how I walked into the hair salon to get my hair sewn in. Okay, I had the bundles and everything in my pocketbook and leave with Breeze, but that's neither here or there. Let's just get into this review, you guys, because listen, these men done showed they behind tonight, honey. Okay, they definitely came out and showed their true colors. I'm like, dang, it only took what, 8 weeks for them to start popping out and showing out? Okay, let's get into it. Now, Tommy invite all the women to his house, okay? And the house is really, really nice from what I can see. And I'm just like, ooh, Tommy, you living like that? I didn't know Tommy was living like that, but he living like that, okay? Tommy and his wife come out and they are matching. I was like, ooh, y'all matching? Alexa's like, I want to be like that when I get older, okay? We've been married 20, they've been married 20 years and they still matching. I was like, it's for TV. Don't believe they be matching on a regular. Anyway, so Tommy tells the ladies, like, since you got to meet some important people in a man's life, I think it's only fair for them to meet important people in your life. Or I should say, who used to be important. So, y'all, they got to introduce these daggone men to their exes. Now, I say, ain't that the foolishness that we don't need, okay? Why in the world would it be fair for them to introduce their potential next boyfriend, husband, fiance to their exes? Obviously, they're exes for a reason. Like, I'm gonna be like, I ain't got no exes. All my exes is dead, okay? And the ones that's alive, I don't even know where they at. I don't know their number. I don't know nothing about them. Y'all not about to have me sitting up here with my exes. A good relationship, bad relationship, no relationship, short relationship. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. I wouldn't be participating. Sorry, she ain't got no exes over here. I haven't dated in 7 years. I'd have been like, Liz, I haven't dated in 7 years. Exes where? You want the guy I went to high school with? That was my boyfriend? I mean, if that's what you want, we could pull him up if you could find him. Because like I said, I don't know what none of my exes are, and the ones that I did know and was cool with, they did. Y'all, I was like, this is stupid. This don't make no freaking sense. And I don't know who idea this was, but I'm going to just tell you right now, y'all shady. Shady as heck, okay? But anyway, let's just get into it. So Vernisha bring her ex David to meet with Joelle, and I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm definitely not gonna hold y'all. Vernisha's ex David was all right looking. I was like, they look like a good, match. They should have stayed together. Why they break up? What's the deal? Because I was feeling it, okay? I felt like there was still a little bit of a connection going on. I'm just saying, that could just be me reaching, y'all. Y'all know I love the reach, so let's just do that. But anyway, Joel was in shock. Vernisha was like, this is my ex, David. Joel was like, yo, what? I was like, exactly, because this is stupid. This is stupid. I keep trying to tell y'all this don't make no sense, but we going with it, right? Okay. So Joel has this very important question that he just needs to ask the ex, okay? He need to ask David because it's been weighing on him, honey. He goes, is Vernisha clingy? I said, oh, he want to know for sure. That must really be bothering him, okay? Because now we find out that Vernisha and Joelle had plans, okay? They had plans to go out. And Joelle decided that he wasn't going to go along with them plans anymore. But instead of texting or calling or anything, he just assumed that Vernisha would know that they wasn't going out no more. I said, what? That don't make no sense. If you invite somebody out and you have to cancel, you should tell them that you cancel. Now I know why Vernisha was mad. And why would Joelle see that as being clingy? Boy, I done got dressed. I done did my makeup. I done fixed my hair. I done got the smell goods on. I maybe shaved my legs for you. And you got the nerve to not even call and text me to tell me that the date is canceled? Ain't gonna work. I will be in my feelings too, and I would definitely be upset. Okay? So the whole time now David is sitting there like, no, she's not clingy. No, she's not clingy at all. He got to be the mediator between Vernisha and Joelle because they can't seem to be on the same page. And I'm just going to tell you, it's Joelle's fault because ain't no way in the world you make plans with somebody and don't formally call them or text them to tell them that the date is canceled. I'd have been upset. So I felt her, especially when I want to eat, y'all. I'm hungry. We ain't got time for that. Vernisha said I was hungry. Exactly. She probably didn't eat nothing all day. Like, yes, I'm going to get that steak tonight. And now she ain't even got her steak. And he ain't even tell her that he wasn't coming. Yeah, I'd have been pissed too. But let's get over to Alexis, okay? Alexis bring her ex, Joseph. That's not her ex-husband. It's her ex before the ex-husband, okay? To meet Ron. Now, I'm going to just tell you that something was very strange about when they first came in, okay? Alexis sat on the couch next to her ex, and then she had Ron sit on the little couch across from them. And I was like, is that your man or is that your man? Why you sitting next to him all close on this couch and you got your man sitting on that couch all by himself? Looking lonely. What's going on with that? Okay? So anyway, Ron asks the ex-boyfriend, look, are you religious? Because I can just see it dripping all over you, okay? Now, of course, Alexis, it takes responsibility, okay, for him coming back to the church, okay? She introduced him back to the church. It was his decision, but but she definitely influenced it, okay? Now, Ron is like, listen, I left the church. I'm not going to sit there and pray about nothing. If I need something to do, if I need something done, I'm going to go do it, get it done, and that's that. You can sit over there and pray if you want, but I'm going to go make some moves. But like I keep telling y'all, there are some things that we do not negotiate on. We do not negotiate on children, and we do not negotiate on religion. So that should have told Alexis right then and there that he is not the man that she wants. Why? Because she's religious. She's the one that's going to pray, okay? Prayer without work is dead. So she believes that, yeah, of course you're going to have to go get it done, but you also got to pray that God going to give you the strength to get through it, okay? So I can just tell already that this is not going to turn out good for them two, y'all, because like I said, we do not negotiate on children and we do not negotiate on religion, okay? But when Ron starts talking about why he left the church, it kind of made me feel some type of way as a Christian, okay? He like, oh, it was a lot of, fakeness going on and the church is greedy and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, this makes me upset because when you go to a church, do you think that rent is free because it's a church? Do you think that the lights is free because it's a church? No, they have to pay the bills too. So that's what the tithes and offerings are for, okay? Do you think that the pastor giving you the word of God is not some type of a job? It is, because he's giving himself to the church. He could be out at the, he could be out at a job working a 9 to 5, but instead he's investing his time and, preaching the word of God. So, of course, you have to pay to a certain extent because nothing in this world is free. The government is not saying, oh, you got a church, you going to have to pay for nothing. Oh, you a pastor, you get to live free in the world. That's not how it works. Don't get me wrong. There are some false prophets and fake pastors who do it for the money. But just because there are some that way, maybe you were in the wrong church. Maybe you need to reevaluate what church you go to. It makes me upset that Christianity is the only religion where, we can make mockery and we can call them greedy and we can do all these other things when there's so many other religions that don't stand for that. So I'm not going to stand for that as a Christian woman. And I wouldn't disrespect anyone else's religion. So, that's all we ask for in return. Anyway, let's move on. So Renisha invite a few of the ladies, okay, to the nail bar that her friend owned for some pampering, okay? Now, when they get there, the friend says, listen, I'm going to make you a drink based on your man, okay? So you let me know what your man is like, and I'm going to make you a drink, okay? So Renisha makes her a drink, and her drink is a Joelle, okay? All in New Orleans, baby, okay? And then Alexis' drink is Ron, Kyra's drink is Jason, and Liz's drink is David, okay? Now, while the ladies are sitting there getting their toes done or whatever case may be, Alexis brings up the fact that we haven't tasted an AJ, okay? Maybe we need to get a taste of AJ up here, okay? Venetia like, Kyra's not ready to let AJ go. And I was like, she just gonna hold on to him in her back pocket. She claims she want him, but y'all know I don't think she do. Their little past history ain't enough to get them through. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. But while the ladies over there thinking they might need to get a taste of AJ, Liz was like, maybe I should get a Jason. Let me get a taste of Jason, okay? Because that kiss was not enough. Immediately, Kyra was like, I ain't even gonna be upset, but I'm just like, I was like, girl, you in your feelings just a little bit, okay? You keep saying you secure and you know what y'all got, but honey, if you could cut her with your eyes, you definitely did, okay? But then Kyrie was like, well, you know what? Let me get a taste of David. I said, ooh, the petty is coming out, okay? So now they want to switch up because, you know, they all dating the same men, so it's only right that they all get the taste a little bit here and a little bit of there, okay? It's sisterly love, but at the end of the day, we didn't come here to make friends. We came here to find love, honey. So I'm going to get this taste of this one and the taste of that one and the taste of this one, see which one tastes better. But Renisha's just so happy that she not in no love triangle because she like, honey, I'm going to just stick over there with my drink of Joelle. Y'all could go over there and mix it up. I'm focused, okay? Eye on the prize. Eye on the prize. So, y'all, Liz bring her ex Clarence to meet David. Now, I don't know why Liz and Clarence not together no more because they really seem like they really good friends. And I guess the friendship just comes off so genuine and natural that it seems like maybe they might be a good fit for each other. But before David comes, Liz is basically telling Clarence, like, listen, I just feel like I got a few red flags, like, you know, flying above me, okay? Because I told David in private very intimate details about me kissing Jason, and you know, I wanted to be forward and honest with him, and that's why I did it. But he went and had the nerve to tell his friends off camera about our kiss, okay? He asked me what I was doing earlier that day, and I told him, oh, I went to meet with Jason. And he had the nerve to say, did you kiss him again? Like, what? Why would you bring that up in front of the friends? First of all, Liz came in there. She sat there. She was very poised, very well spoken. She did nothing but, you know, respect you and respect your friends. And you got the nerve to sit there and try to embarrass her, talking about, did you kiss him today? I'm going to need you to sit down, David, because you would be doing the most for no reason whatsoever, okay? But anyway, David shows up, okay, looking like he not about to go on no date, like he just rolled out of bed and was like, I'm about to go meet Liz. It is what it is, okay? When he comes in, he's all surprised because he's trying to figure out who this man sitting across from us is. Who is this man? Maybe it's a friend because we meeting friends, right? But no, it's the ex. So now he like, the ex? What's this about? But okay, I'll roll with it. That daggone David worked on me, y'all. Let's get into this date. Now, before Clarence could even start getting into the conversation, David decides that he wants to ask them when's the last time they was intimate or kissed. I said, you got to be kidding me. Are you serious? Is this the first thing you're going to ask them? Like she would bring her ex that she's still dating or having sex with or still making out with to meet you? If it was that serious, homegirl wouldn't be on Ready to Love. Don't you think so? But anyway, I felt like it was very disrespectful. Liz even looked like, are you serious? Like this man don't got no chill whatsoever. Whatsoever. So Clarence was like, let me just be very clear. Okay? We've only kissed maybe like once. And that was so many years ago. Like it was so many years ago. And they was like, oh, okay. Who are you to even sit there and ask them about their intimacy? That's none of your business. Ooh, like who? The audacity. Why didn't he turn around and say, which I would have been like, so when's the last time you was intimate with somebody? When's the last time you kissed somebody since you want to bring up when the last time me and him was intimate? Who said that we was even intimate to begin with? We dated. That don't mean that we was out here humping. I don't hump everybody I date. As you can tell, Liz isn't that girl, okay? She's definitely being abstinent from sex to be married. So who's to say she even had sex with him? Which obviously she didn't because it was just a kiss here or there, okay? But let's just move on because David still want to be an a-hole, okay? He definitely still want to be an a-hole on his date. So David brings up how he wants a woman to be his safe place, how he can tell everybody, how he could be able to tell her any and everything, and she will hold it, okay? And he could trust her with that. So Clarence was like, oh, that's good that you brought that up. Because Liz was telling me that she told you something very intimate. So do you think you could be a safe place for her? And he was like, yeah. He was like, so why would you go and tell the friends that she had kissed another man? Because that was a very intimate That you should have been her safe place. She told you that in confidence. But did you respect it? Absolutely not. He like, oh, I didn't know that she would actually feel like that would be something. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? To bring up someone else's intimate details in front of other people is very disrespectful and embarrassing. That's like me going to meet my husband's friends and he like, oh, well, you know she had sex with that other dude and that other dude too. And she kissed such and such. Like, what? That don't make no sense. Like, why are we doing this? Somebody need to tell you that you shouldn't be spreading somebody else's business around to everybody. You a grown man, right? You sitting there catching the attitude because you feel like y'all should talk like grown, like adults, right? You shouldn't have nobody else mediating what's going on between y'all. Well, obviously you don't know how to decipher what to say and what not to say. So somebody need to check you. And I'm glad that Clarence checked him. He had the nerve to sit there and say, y'all, can we turn down some of the strength in the room? I said, the strength? Clarence was like, well, I don't know how to be weak. I said, let's get with Clarence. Get with Clarence because this one right here, he tried to manipulate her and give her a whole bunch of spill on how she's so beautiful and the blah, 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 blah. Nah, I ain't buying it. And Liz was like, no, I ain't buying it either. And I'm glad that when David left, Clarence said to her, he knew exactly what to say to get you right back in your feelings. And I said, yes, he did. And I'm glad that Liz didn't fall for it. And I'm glad that Clarence saw right through it because that daggone David was definitely being manipulative and he was trying to control the situation by trying to get them to turn down their strength so he could boss up. No, sir. No, that's not how this works. Who do he think he is? He done made me so mad. I was sitting there like, And to think that I was almost rooting for you. Throw him away. He's trash. Now, Liz, I need you to go over there and figure it out with Clarence because that seemed like a good match and I'm not going to hold you. Okay? You wasting your time right now on this Ready to Love show. You need to figure out how you could get with Clarence. Now, Kyra goes and tells Jason that she's going to introduce him to her ex. And he was like, who? What? I was like, the shock of it all, right? I'm confused too. Like, why are we doing this? But anyway, Jason meets her ex over video. Now, I'm just going to tell y'all, Kyra looked like she kind of got a type. And Jason, not really it. It's more like an AJ for me, okay? But anyway, when they were sitting there talking, you know, the ex was asking Jason different questions like how long you been single. He was like a year, you know, just trying to get a feel for him or whatever the case may be. So then Jason was like, you know what? I got some questions I want to ask. So Jason asked Kyra's ex, how does she handle stressful situations, okay? He was like, well, Kyra is one of those people who will constantly continue to bring up things, okay? She just let it linger and linger and linger. And I was like, sounds like a nag. Sounds like when something go wrong, she's the one to keep throwing it back in your face, okay? Even though she decided to let it go any chance she gets something happen. I remember that time, she's that type of woman, okay? So Jason was like, interesting, okay? Then he asked us about, you know, finances and money management. And we found out that Kyra is not really good at managing her money, okay? So Jason was sitting there like, she's, from what I got from it, it seems like she's one of those people who will go on a trip, but when they come back home, all the bills ain't paid. I was like, first of all, Kyra too old not to be able to manage her money. She's too old for that, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure she probably do get her bills paid. I'm not going to say the girl probably ain't paying her bills, but how old are you? And it seemed like you can't manage your money. But I am going to say this. I feel like when you talking to these exes, you're not going to get, you're going to get the story of their relationship. You're not going to get a story of that person. Because depending on how many years ago this was, and depending on the relationship that they had, this can really just be an old thing that they grew from. That relationship could have been a learning experience for them to learn how to better communicate, to learn how to better manage their money so that they don't end up in those, you know, predicaments in another relationship. So I feel like to actually have someone bring up a lot of negativity about someone from the past is BS, because like who really is who they used to be? No one. You could probably talk to a few of my exes and they could say, oh, she was this, she was that, she is this, she's that. And I'm nowhere like that with my husband. So this is why I think the whole thing is stupid. Because of course, I mean, there may be some truth and some substance to some of it. But at the end of the day, people change. And that could have been a learning experience for them. So I'm not really fond of talking to the exes. But it did help bring out a lot of stuff that we needed to see, y'all. It definitely did. So maybe meeting with the exes wasn't as stupid as I think it is. Maybe it's a method to the madness. I'm just saying. Now, Amber takes Chris to meet with her ex, Troy. Now, when I saw Troy, I was like, something ain't right, okay? Something, I don't know. I don't want to say, but he looks kind of gay. And I was just like, I don't know. She used to date him. I don't think he liked women like that, okay? But you can tell that it was something going on between them because Chris was like, what's going on? Like, what are y'all, tiptoeing around? What's the deal? And, Amber was like, when we were dating, it was a lot of things that we had to, overcome. There were a lot of obstacles that we needed to overcome. So Chris is like, well, like, what is it? You gonna tell me? So Troy says that when they were dating, he came out, okay? He liked men as well. So I'm assuming that he's not actually gay. He might be bi. That's what I got from it. But either way, Chris is sitting there like, wow. This made me trust Amber so much more because Amber already decided, when Amber found out, she was like that she was going to actually, help him through it and stick by his side. And I was like, that's real, love, because of course she was mad. Of course she was hurt, but she still loved him as a person to help him get through whatever it is that he was facing, okay? Because a part of me would have been upset, like, you was just using me just to cover up being gay. She probably went through those emotions, but she still stood by him and loved him enough as a person to support him. And I can understand why Chris would see that as being a beautiful thing, okay? We also find out that Amber wants kids. Now, remember, y'all, I wasn't too sure if she was just saying stuff just to say stuff. But when Troy asked Chris did he want kids, he said, yeah, I want like 5. And Amber was like, that's cool. And I was like, there she go, being cool with everything, as always. But when she was in her confessional, she was like, I always know I wanted to be a mother. I wanted to be a mother before I wanted to be a wife. I want to be a mother more than anything. I'm very certain about being a mother. So I was like, okay, we finally got a certainty from Amber, okay? She's certain for a fact that she wants to be a mother. So I will say this. This could be good for Chris and it could be good for Joelle because Joelle is out there looking for a stepmother for his own children, okay? Even though for her and Chris, they'll be able to start their own family together. So, now I got a little bit more substance when it comes to Amber. And I actually enjoyed that interaction between her, Chris, and the ex. It made me actually open up to her and like her a little bit more because she just comes off so dry to me. So just to see a little bit more personality, to learn a little bit more about her, really, opened up my little heart for her just a little bit. So AJ, Alexis, Liz, and Jason go on a date. AJ set up a double date for them too because he really want to get to know Alexis a little bit more, okay? Now, while they sitting there, Jason is like, Liz is growing on me, okay? He was like, I enjoyed every date we've been on. And I was like, Jason got to play a vibe for me, okay? I feel like he tell Liz what she want to hear, and then he tell Kyra what she wants to hear. But it's okay because that's part of the game, I would assume, right? So Alexis is sitting there, and she's saying how her and AJ have like this magical connection. It's like a feeling that she get. And she basically comes out and say that she chose Ron because Ron chose her. Okay, and she's just like, she really has a connection with AJ, but she hasn't had a chance to really, develop that because she doesn't know if AJ is choosing her, and she ain't got time to play number 2 to nobody. And I'm like, that's the problem, Alexis. You want to sit there and focus on, oh, am I his number 1? Because if I'm not his number 1, then I'm not going to spend no time with him. But that's the problem. You need to invest in them. If you like him, invest some of that time. See if this is going to work out. Don't wait for him to choose you. If you want to choose him, choose him and see if he's with the flow. But you want to sit there and focus all your energy on Ron because he chose you, honey. And now you sitting there butt hurt because he done hurt your feelings because he not religious. While Alexis sitting there going into a whole rant of, how AJ need to step up and blah, 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 blah. AJ was like, can I shut you up? And goes in and gives her the most awkward forced kiss that I've ever seen in my life. Now, y'all, I be confused when it comes to these kisses because I thought Jason and Liz's kiss was cute and y'all told me it was forced. And I think this kiss was forced, but y'all might tell me that it was real. And for me, it was awkward. It was like, maybe because he's caught her off guard, but the whole reaction of Jason is what got me. Jason was like, oh! And they kissing, and I'm like, we in high school? are we doing this right now? Are we really that excited that they kiss? Okay. But Liz says, listen, my mama told me that when you kiss, you get pregnant, so you better watch out when you kiss it. I was like, exactly, okay? But Alexis was here for the kiss, and she was like, that's the magic I was talking about. And I was like, that daggone Alexis got all the magic with everybody, okay? If anybody want to give her some magic, she'll take it. On period. So let's move on. So now all the ladies meet back up at Tommy's house. Okay, Tommy says that this is the new ladies' lounge, and I was like, it's about time because we're not gonna talk about how y'all had the women sitting in the middle of a restaurant and the men actually had a lounge. We're not gonna talk about that, okay? But anyway, they come into the Tommy's house and they got the food. Tommy's wife is there. He says he gave most of all his relationship advice and everything. 80% of it come from her, so it's good that she here this time, and I think that it's good to have a woman's perspective when it comes to the women. So I like the fact that they added in Tommy's wife because Tommy just be doing the most, trying too hard sometimes for me. But that's for me, okay? You might like it. But for me, it seems like a try. So we get to Venetia, and Venetia talks about her date and how, Joelle just wanted to know, was she clingy? And like overall, they came out of that date with a better, clear understanding of each other and a different mindset when it comes to communication. Okay, because like we know, Joelle needs to let her know if he's not going to be able to make that date. I hope next time he actually send a text message or a phone call, or better yet, just come to the date. Okay, Alexis talk about her date and how Ron's comment about the ex dripping and religion really bothered her to the core, honey, okay? She said that has been one of her concerns since she started dating him, that he isn't religious. And, he made a comment about not praying and just going out and getting it done. And, she feels like, I've been praying and depending on God for the last 5 years, and I'm not about to just throw that away, okay? She don't want to have to choose between a potential husband and the Lord and Jesus. And I was like, you shouldn't. Girl, the fact that you even have to say that already lets you know that you don't need to be with Ron. Okay, now if no one else over there was his religion and felt like that was the perfect match for them, then that's cool. But you don't feel like that and you can't force it. Okay, Tommy tells her, well, if you want that to work, how is that going to work when every Sunday you getting ready to go to church? Now y'all arguing because he don't want to pray. Now y'all arguing because he not religious. Yeah, it seemed like it's a quick fix, okay? But when it comes down to it and you're actively involved in the church and you want to raise your children a certain way, you really got to sit there and think, is this even something worth my time? And I'm just going to tell you, it's not, Alexis. So you sitting there crying like you needed God to come down and tell you that being unequally yoked was going to work. It's not. Let it go. Let that man go. Okay? Let's talk about her date with Joelle and her ex and how it was very intense. And I was like, yes, it was. It was very, very intense, okay? And how Clarence called David out on his BS, okay, about a safe place. How he need a safe place, but he can't be the safe place, okay? She says that she was unwise with the words when she said that he has her heart, okay? Because they have some of the same values. The things that they have in common have her heart. But it was very unwise for her to say he has her heart. What she should have said was that he has her deep interest. And I was like, okay, smartening up. Seeing it. One thing I like about Liz is that Liz is not going to sit there and conform to whoever she thinks she likes, okay? She's going to see it for what it is and call it out for what it is, okay? No matter how much she likes you. Like she said with David at that dinner, you got to make a decision. You either like me or you don't. Because what you're not going to do is play with my feelings. You're not going to play with my heart. And I like that about Liz. Because Liz stands by what she feels. Okay? She's not going to sit there and try to make something it is when it isn't. I like that about her. So now it's time to get down to business because y'all know we got a decision to make tonight. So Tommy says if the process ended tonight, who would you lead with, okay? Kyra says Jason, of course, okay? Liz says Jason. Kyra was like, listen, I'm not worried. I know I'm his number one, but like she pushing it. I was like, y'all better watch out. I don't know how they fighting over Jason because he ain't it for me, but that ain't none of my business. I ain't got to choose him. But anyway, Venetia says Joelle, but that's not surprising even though he threw her under the bus last week. And we're going to get down to the bottom of that next episode, honey. And I'm ready for it, okay? And Amber says, Chris, they've been consistent the whole time, okay? So I can dig the fact that they've been consistent. But y'all know consistency on Ready to Love does not work out because you say one thing, you do one thing, you're out the window. And you're going home. We've seen it happen too many times. So let's just see how this consistency plays out. While we supposed to be picking who we will lead with, Alexis decided, you know what, I gotta tell y'all about my date with AJ, okay? And how we was lip locking, okay? We was kissing and we was feeling each other. It was a whole vibe, okay? And I'm like, so just say AJ, girl. We don't need the whole background story, but it's good to spill the tea just a little bit. Spill it just a little bit. But anyway, now it's time for the ladies to go meet with the guys, y'all, and Alexis meet with Ron. And I was like, this about to be good. And Liz meet with David. And I was like, look how the tables done turned. Karma is a beat, okay? You done threw her under the bus. Now she's sitting there hopefully telling you that it's time for you to go home. Hopefully, okay? So now while Alexis tells Ryan that it bothered her when he said that her ex was dripping in religion and how she wants a man that's going to pray and lead her family because that's important to her, especially with how she raising her child. You know, he's like, you know what? I could have been a little bit insensitive when I said I'm not a prayer. I'm not saying you can't pray in my house. I'm just saying I'm going to go get it. I'm not, about to sit there and pray on nothing when I could go make it happen, okay? Now, Liz is over there attempting to talk to David. But David got a feeling he about to go home. That's how I felt. Because he was not going to let Liz sit there and talk. Not even a little bit. David decides that he's going to let me. No. Let me talk. He stands up, y'all. Stood up. I say, if he don't sit down, why are you standing up? What's that about? So Liz stood up too, and I was like, that's right, girl. Don't let that man look down on you. You stand up too. She like, listen, let me talk. He like, no, let me lead. And I'm like, that's the problem. He one of those men who feel like, oh, a man gotta lead. See, you gotta be careful with those men because those are the controlling ones, okay? Because as a gentleman, when a woman is sitting there trying to explain or talk to you, you need to hear her out. She invited you on this date for a reason, not for you to come in here and be ready to take over the interaction. He made me so mad because it's like, yo, Liz had done nothing for you to get all hostile, stand up all in her face, being aggressive, passive aggressive, I might add. Sit your behind down. You got the nerve to talk about something. Like, okay, let's just sit down. No, you the one stood up. How about you just leave? Because now I'm pissed off. You don't want to hear me out. You're not ready to love, sir. Bye. But that interaction didn't go like that. They still going back and forth, tit for tat about who going to talk and who going to lead, okay? But over there, meanwhile, Alexis and Ron is going at it, okay? Because Alexis tells Ron that she don't know if he chose her for her or for what she could do for him. And he was like, what you could do for me? And I was like, yeah, what she could do for you. Because remember, you kept saying that, oh, my friend said that we could be a power couple, okay? We could be Beyonce and Jay-Z. We could be Barack and Obama. So I'm just trying to figure out, do I want someone that who can take me places, or do I want someone to have fun? Remember that conversation? So don't sit there and act like you don't know what she can do for you. Alexis was like, oh no. I was like, send them both home. Why are we doing this? They got the nerve to not even show who was going home. They gonna talk about to be continued. Oh no, don't play with my feelings, y'all. They play with my feelings. Because I'm like, be continued. No. Send them home, both of them. You go home and you go home. You're not ready to love, sirs. They got to go. I can't wait for next week, y'all, because they had me in my feelings in this Ready to Love episode, and I was like, it's getting good. It's getting good. And guess what, y'all? They going to a resort or a ranch or something all together. And y'all know when y'all put all them people in the house together, all hell's about to break loose. So we going to have to see what the next couple of weeks is going to hold for us, okay? Y'all, don't forget, I'm going to open up the chat on Friday, so join me in the chat while we watch it together and discuss what's going on, okay? And I'm going to see y'all in a few more minutes with my Married at First Sight Part 2, the reunion, okay? Review. Well, part 2 of the part 2 of the review for Married at First Sight, the reunion, okay? And don't forget to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.